Hey y'all, what's up, my beautiful peeps? Welcome back. Your girl's back at it again. We're back again up in here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gifted Since 92, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on yours truly, on your music, entertainment news, and inspiration quotes by me. I'm back. So finally, Normani released her debut album, Dopamine. So it just got released June 14th on a Friday. June 14th on a Friday. And I have been blasting this debut album. Have had it on heavy rotation twice. Yes, indeed. Your girl has been playing Normani's debut album, Dopamine. So I'll just get it right into the nitty gritty. So I will say this. I'll talk about my favorite standout tracks. I'll speak about the overall, how I feel about the album as a whole overall, and how, like I said, Normani's debut, for me, how I feel about it, for my expectations. So let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm going to talk about the full track listing. So number one, Big Boy featuring Stara. Number two, Steel. Number three, All Yours. Number four, Lights On. Number five, Take My Time. Number six, Insomnia. Number seven, Candy Paint. Number nine, um, Grip. No. Hold up. Let me go back. Number one, Big Boy featuring Star. Number two, Steel. Number three, All Yours. Number four, Lights On. Number five, Take My Time. Number six, Insomnia. Number seven, Candy Paint. Number eight, Grip. Number nine, 159 featuring Gunna. Number 10, Distance. Number 11, Tantrums featuring James Blake. Number 12, Little Secrets. Number 13, Wild Side featuring Cardi B. My standout tracks that I feel Normani really spoke, and really those tracks are really pretty much my highlight tracks that stood out to me are Steel, Lights On, Take My Time, Insomnia, Candy Paint, 159 featuring Gunna, Distance, Tantrums featuring James Blake, and Wild Side featuring Cardi B. It gets a pretty much her album. It's an 8 out of 10. And here's the thing. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch it up for my music reviews. Overall, for Dopamine, I felt like I was on Dopamine nostalgia. Okay, I was in Normani Corday's world. Now, Normani Nation fans, you see this video, Normani Nation, 24/7. And I feel like as I was listening to, I will say this: her sound is very, really intriguing because I hear elements of R&B, soul, pop, dance, alternative, hip hop, nostalgia. Now, as I was listening to the whole entire album, I was really impressed because Normani's pretty much, like I said, for herself, doing her own thing in music and setting trends and revolutionizing the sound of music of her own lane. That's what I've always had wanted because I feel like her previous records that we've heard, right? We all know like Waves, Motivation, Checklist. We know Dancing with the Stranger, Fair. Yeah, the list goes on. But as I was listening to this debut album, I said, you know what? She just blazed through with this one because I felt like, wow, let's get into her vocals. Normani has a beautiful vocal range, and I felt like as I was listening to her singing, her vocals really taken to different directions, different feelings, even with the production that's so crisp and clean. Even her singing on the beat, the production, she's actually gliding as a vocalist. And here's the thing: when she really does a great job of making sure that she has confidence in her singing and her vocals, we can really hear the instrumentation of how, regardless of the sound wise, regardless of the regardless of how the record is, whatever her mood swings, whatever the setting, the tone of these records, she's really able to really captivate by even knowing how to sing. And so it's like when I was listening to like those standout tracks, like I was saying about Steel, Lights On, Take My Time, Insomnia, 159 Distance, Tantrums featuring James Blake, and Wild Side featuring Cardi B. Those records really feel, to me, I kind of feel like she really took a lot of time into really making sure as a singer and as a vocalist, we know what she sounds like. We know how, even with certain records on here, okay, like, what's this song? I know the records that really have brought out that real feel good music. I kind of feel like Still, that's more of like a up tempo, kind of like an R&B alternative hip hop, but it's more mid tempo to it because I kind of feel like Still really caught my attention, and really kind of gave me more of like that hip hop driven heavy beat nostalgia, because she's pretty much on this song still is like she's still doing her thing, she's still just persevering, and that's why I feel like Normani, the record was like, okay, okay, it just brings like that really heavy driven bass line in your face, like up and down and all across the border. She snatched me with this record because I was like, yeah, I actually was like, I like how the production has more of like that up tempo, and it has more of like a little bit of that really just how pop music, R&B, and hip hop can really convert together. That record really snatches my whole entire being, hands down. And then Lights On is a really sensual, sexy record, and it just has more like those goosebumps feelings in the sounds, and how she really, like I said, she really kind of carved more of like that lane of R&B soul alternative, but it's more of like really a nice natural appealing to like how a slow jam record. So Normani, she hit the ballpark with that. Um, let's get to Candy Paint. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something about Candy Paint, because I know I did a review of Candy Paint when the album dropped, right? Candy Paint, I have a review of it. I released that review. Check out my review to Candy Paint on June 14th. I did a review on that. So for the album release date, just to celebrate the album release date. Now Candy Paint, I really like Candy Paint. I really dig. I think Candy Paint pretty much is something different, unique. It's very spontaneous. It brings a lot of that really. It's a high. It's like more of a dance record, R&B, up tempo record, R&B pop, dance up tempo record. It's more of that, and I kind of feel like as I was listening to it, I was like, whoa, the way how she sings, it's like she commands her own attention while singing throughout the track. It's a fun dance. It's very like confident. It's very like very groovy. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? No wonder why this song is really good. But like I said, I know people. Let's stay positive. This song should be single worthy, because I feel like Normani definitely can really release records of her own. A song like that is by itself, so that's good. I also love the song. Let's see, the 159 record. I did a review of that 159 record of Ghana, and I said, you know what, this record is really really good. I love that record because it's like more pop nostalgia, R&B, and it does ties into today's music, because it's really Normani's way of really tapping into different layers and sounds of music. But I kind of feel like 159, when it first came out as the first kickoff single, I said this song really really just brings back to like that 2000s nostalgia of pop, R&B, dance nostalgia. So I was like, yeah, she killed it. Gunner, he did his thing on his verse. um Distance, I feel like Distance really gravitate my heartstrings, because I feel like Distance is more like a pop R&B soul kind of record, where it's pretty much relatable, and she's really singing a lot throughout this whole entire record, so we really get to hear her vocals on here a lot. So she slayed on that. That Tantrum song slayed out the ballpark with James Blake. I really enjoyed the collaboration that she had did with him, because I feel like it was something different, unexpected. But here's the thing, with collaborations nowadays, I know people are like, well, is it gonna work or not? But I kind of feel like it works, it works. But he snatched on this record too. So I heard those vocals and I said, good, good, that's amazing. And just the really, the chemistry is there, and just really just said, you know what, whatever, we're gonna get this done. Um, let's see, Wild Side featuring Cardi B. We already know. I actually like the song. I kind of feel personally for a song, I feel like the song would have been, in my honest opinion. I did do a review of that, but I kind of feel like for that song, for it to be a very like a song that had came out a while back ago, and now it's on the album. That's good. At least it's on the album. But overall, I feel like Dopamine, the Tied Up, I kind of feel like it's a really good body of work. And I kind of feel like Normani definitely, like I said, she, we know she took her time with this debut album. Now let's stay level here. Constructive criticism a little bit to her critics. I kind of feel like as a Normani fan, I just don't care anymore because I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't. And I actually, just making sure that, I try not to like listen and pay attention to the music critics nowadays because it is what it is. Artists can't please everybody, but Normani definitely has really did an amazing job with this debut album. She stuck to her own sound, her own vision. I feel like she's pretty much her own visionary as a musician. I look at her as a musician. From the production, has really nice, sultry, angelic, pop, R&B, soul vibes, energies, combined with the hip hop, dance, vocals, everything. Pretty much of that, everything was like just on point. And I love how her harmonies, we can get to hear her different versatility of her harmonies and her vocal range on every record. So Normani, girl, she did her thing. And I know she collaborated with Brandy. Of course, I got to talk about that. Duh. I actually kind of feel, one of the records, if I'm wrong, I have a good ear of music. Because when I was listening to Insomnia, and I said, you know what? I can hear Brandy's vocals. I can hear the vocal Bible. And I know as a Brandy fan, as a Stars fan, I know about Brandy's vocals. And I said, I feel it. I can feel it. This most likely would be the song that Brandy collaborated her on with Insomnia. If I am wrong, I apologize. But I had a sense of feeling that those vocals on the song Insomnia, those were Brandy's vocals. But if I'm wrong, correct me, y'all. Stars fans, yeah, So that's good. Yeah. But constructive criticism just a little bit. I feel like Big Boy should not have had a collaboration. I feel like Normani can pretty much, because even I like the song Big Boy, I really do. I really mess with it heavily because it's more of like that in your face, braggadocious, confidence track. You hear the instrumentation, the trumpets, all of that mixed with R&B, the soul, and the hip hop. I feel like Normani, some records didn't need collaborations. I feel like Big Boy didn't need a collaboration. That song in particular, she would have just did it by herself, and that would have been it, hands down. Period. I would have been like, yeah, because I feel like for a record that sometimes artists don't need to have a whole bunch of collaborations, but it is what it is. So I understand. But I personally feel like Big Boy, for the way how the direction sound, because it felt more like her anyway, and it felt we got to hear Normani. So that record should have been by itself, left out without collaboration. Grip was too short for me. Grip was just too short a little bit. But yeah, and other than that, yeah. So I'm gonna give the debut album a 8 out of 10. But overall, this album is a slap. This album just knocked out the ballpark. So it's a really, really good debut album. It's pretty much one of the best debut albums I've heard this far. So with that being said, guys, how do you guys feel about the Dopamine album? Normani fans, feel free. You guys can have the red carpet, share your thoughts and share your opinions. Don't think I didn't forget, because I didn't forget. You always know. You know what they say, better late than never, right? So with that being said, I love the album cover. It's really nice. It's nostalgia. It's just really BADASS, like femininity, fear, sexy, hands down. So Normani fans, let's support Normani. Normani Nation, we're here. So with that being said, guys, share. Let me know down below your opinions of Dopamine. And stay tuned to the next episode of Gift Since 92. Like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. And as always, stay tuned on the next episode of Gift Since 92. I love y'all.